unforgettable performance under the stars as the Grammy Award-winning trio drops their chart-topping hits Rockabye, Rather Be, Symphony and more. Grab your tickets now at platinumlist.net. It's a quiet, loud event. Official radio partner, Beat FM.
This is Talk 100.3.
45 minutes of the hour of 10. A very good morning. Still continuing with Daybreak right here on Talk 100.3. जी किसका मैसेज आया जल्दी से चेक कर लें हमारे लिसनर्स और उसको स्विच ऑफ कर दें क्योंकि अब हम जो बात करने वाले हैं वो गाना चल रहा था अब तक छुपाए रखा शोला दबाए रखा. सोचिए उस टाइम पर एग्जाइटी की डिप्रेशन की बात हो रही थी कि वो आप जब छुपाते हैं तो वो शोला बन जाता है और फिर वो आपको भी और आपके जो आसपास लोग हैं उन सबको बर्न आउट कर देता है. और इसी से रिलेटेड हमारी एक बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी जो हमने रखी हुई थी म्यूरियल अपने लिसनर्स के लिए उसमें अच्छी बात है कि हम रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे थे और एक्सपर्ट हमारे साथ जुड़ भी गए. क्या माजरा है ये इज बेसिकली इट्स एन इंक्रीजिंग नंबर ऑफ पीपल हु आर रिकग्नाइजिंग राइट हियर इन दुबई और यूएई रादर दैट स्ट्रेस बर्नआउट डिप्रेशन ये रियल चैलेंजेस हैं. ये कोई ऐसे ही आप कह लीजिए कि एक खुश फहमी या गलत फहमी नहीं है कि शायद ये हो शायद वो ये रियल है ये लोगों को हो जाता है. दी ओनली इशू इज कि नज़र नहीं आता तो लोगों को लगता है कि नहीं ये सिर्फ आपका ख्याल है आपका वहम है.
Absolutely. And in fact, one such conversation once again resurfaced. और मुझे हमेशा से ये लगता है that when a celebrity talks to you or when a sporting personality brings these questions up in the forum, it then becomes the talk of the town. जैसे कि Jemima Rodrigues, she has been obviously, India's hero at the World Cup stage, but off field, she was fighting a quiet battle with anxiety. Now, the 25-year-old revealed in her semi-finals that she broke down in tears almost every single day, struggling with self-doubt and the sting of being dropped out last year. In fact, उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि that every single day I would call up my mum and I would cry even during this tournament.
Every single day during the tournament.
During the tournament.
हम इस पर और भी बात कर सकते हैं लेकिन हमारे साथ जुड़ चुके हैं हमारे एक्सपर्ट and that is Dr. Shaju George, reminding you he's a psychologist, not a psychiatrist, psychologist. और इतने थोड़े से टाइम में हमारे साथ जुड़े. Thanking him and of course welcoming him on air right now. Good morning, Dr. Shaju George.
Good morning. I'm a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. Sorry.
ओके नो वी हैव टू बी सॉरी डॉक्टर शाजू. क्या ज़माना आ गया देखें जो गलती करता है वो सॉरी नहीं करता जिसके लिए हो जाती है. बट नेवरदलेस थैंक यू सो मच फॉर करेक्टिंग अस. डॉक्टर शाजू यूएई में पीपल आर नो मोर टेकिंग इट एज अ टैबू बट बिफोर दैट देयर वाज दिस सेमीफाइनल जहाँ पर जमाइमा रॉड्रिगेज कॉन्फिडेंटली स्टूड एंड शेयर्ड विद द होल वर्ल्ड दैट व्हाट शी वाज गोइंग थ्रू. ऑफ कोर्स शी हैड अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट सिस्टम इन द फॉर्म ऑफ फैमिली, हर स्पोर्ट्स फैमिली. But is it that easy to get rid of it?
See, performance anxiety is something which is extremely common, especially for an event like this when it is a semi-final between India and South Africa. India and Australia. Then definitely there will be a lot of expectation, especially when it is cricket for Indians. So they have to perform in the middle of all these pressures, and naturally the anxiety level will be very high, and definitely there will be a lot of opinions and comments on the social media that will become even more difficult. And if they have some doubts on their capability, that will actually add to it. So performance anxieties are very common in general, not only with sports person, especially for major events like this, it will become even more common. But it is something which they can overcome with the support of the family, with the support of their mental health professional if they have, and with reinforcing themselves regarding their self-esteem rather than looking at their flaws, looking at their strength, which will actually help them to improve their self-esteem, in turn self-confidence.
Right. Dr. Shaju, whilst we're talking about anxiety and dealing with anxiety, now it is not a term that has been coined, in today's day and age, or it seems to be a term that becomes a hype in the industry when you have a celebrity talking about it. So could you talk to me or rather help us understand in a layman's language, if someone is to go through anxieties, what are the signs to look out for and how can one heal themselves from that point onwards?
Anxiety is one of the most common behavioral problem, we can say. It's a spectrum, and there are a lot of different type of anxiety disorders, like performance anxiety, situational anxiety, social anxiety, general anxiety. So these are even the other end of the spectrum. We can the OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, or obsessive compulsive spectrum. So these are the common behavioral problems. Okay, how exactly it will present? A person presenting with anxiety can have both behavioral symptoms and physical symptoms.
Dr.
Usually they will
Shaju,
come.
is there, and I'm sorry about that, is there any age that even children can go through this and that should
Yes,
be
yes,
taken
yes,
seriously?
yes, yes, yes. It's extremely common. Or in other words, we can say that the social anxiety comes from 3 months of age. The moment they start identifying their parents are parents and then the strangers, from third month of the life, they will start having so they can start having the social anxiety. So it's such a common thing, spanning across all a different age group. And what I was trying to tell you is like there are both physical symptoms and the behavioral symptoms. The physical symptoms in the form of palpitation, muscle spasms, pain, headache, the
Sweating.
stomach discomfort, the excessive urge to go to the toilet. All these things are considered as the physical symptoms of anxiety. On the other hand, the behavioral symptoms are internal restlessness and worrying thoughts, intrusive thoughts of self-doubt, and so these are the kinds of these are the kinds of the behavioral symptoms which they can have, along with problems in sleep and appetite and other things.
Right.
So if you have any of these symptoms, probably it's an indication like yes, you are suffering from anxiety.
Doctor, you have to agree. I mean, when we belong to the subcontinent, these conversations are really not up for grabs. It's never on the table. So how do you kind of educate the rest in your house that you're going or you're dealing with a particular symptom, and when is the right time that I need to go and visit a doctor for further analysis?
The right response, the right kind of approach to it is considering it as a medical illness rather than a mental illness. What you need to understand is all behavioral disorders are functional neurological disorders. So if you basically tag the term as mental illness, it will be little difficult for us, especially for the people from Indian subcontinent, to accept it. So if it is being presented as a functional neurological illness or just another medical illness, it will be easy for them to accept it and take it for the treatment. When exactly we need to go for it, when it started affecting our daily life in a significant way, we will call it as when it is moderate to severe intensity, then we need to go for the help. And psychologists and psychiatrists are the professionals they need to approach. And there are a lot of clinical psychologists available. There are a lot of psychiatrists available. Clinical psychologists will help them with behavioral therapy, starting from the relaxation methods, CBT and DBT and other behavioral techniques. And the psychiatrist can come up and basically help them with the medication and the behavioral therapy.
Right. Doctor, I've also read about the 333 rule where anxiety is concerned. It says looking around your environment to identify 3 objects, 3 sounds, and then moving 3 body parts. Does this really help?
Yeah, it helps. It's known as a grounding technique. Basically, it helps them to ground themselves so that they can come out of their anxiety.
Dr. Shaju, we have learned that when it comes to anxiety disorders, it affects 359 million people worldwide. And then now bringing it back to our subcontinent, it is still a taboo. And then some people who are willing to, educate themselves and seek medical help, they are little not sure or doubtful that whether they'll be completely healed. Is there something that is called, completion of their situation or in control of their situation, or it's a lifetime struggle?
What we need to understand, it is not a sign of weakness or weak personality or being fragile. That is point number 1. So we shouldn't basically hesitate to seek help. Number 2, in terms of the cure, this is a common question across all parlors. The only group of medical illness, I'm not talking about a behavioral disorder, only group of medical illness which is having 100% cure is the infections basically. So the rest of the conditions are very well controllable. If you specifically ask regarding the anxiety, good number of anxiety disorders, we will get we will get full recovery, and they need not necessarily getting into it afterwards. Or in other words, we can say that yes, in good number of anxiety disorders, there is a cure. So it is not a lifetime condition. It is not a condition which needs lifetime treatment.
And if we leave it untreated, then what are we heading for?
It will affect our life in all different areas, because your functioning will get affected, your sleep will get affected, in turn it will give you all physical problems, because stress and anxiety can either trigger or deteriorate all other medical conditions.
Right. And doctor, these days, I think every single person has turned into a doctor because all thanks to Google, the internet,
Social media.
chat GPT, social media. And when we get the answers from such platforms, now this creates much more a scare. This creates much more, a kind of, what do I say? It creates a little bit more of a shadow in the space of understanding. So how would you want to rate this? How would you want to talk to people or the ones that are going through and dealing with issues like anxiety?
Internet has played a major role in spreading the awareness, no doubt, and we should appreciate that. But at the same time, ChatGPT, Google, all these are just a platform of pooled data, and it is not basically giving you any specific in the sense like the updates on or the scientific literature on any of those things. So generally what happens is when people go on the social media or on internet or ChatGPT and Google, they basically get hooked on to only to the negative things, and they will basically carry all the garbage. So it is better not to go directly to ChatGPT or Grok or any other social or internet platforms to get the information. If they're really struggling from, they can reach out to their family doctor. If most of them will be aware about what is their mental health issues, then they will basically guide them to the respective specialist, either the psychologist or psychiatrist. Or in case if they really want to read something from the net, go to the authentic website of all international or in the sense like the best institutes in the world. They have all of them will have their own websites with authentic articles.
Dr. Shaju, before we let you go, one very important question. How expensive can it be to get treatment, especially with anxiety disorders? And tell us if insurance also covers it, so that encourages people to seek help before it's too late.
Consultation, if you talk about consultation, it's mostly the consultation fees rather than the amount they have to spend on medicines and other things. Of course, there are the consultation fees are generally high, but in all different places you will get all the specialists with all different consultation fees, depending upon the territory. Let's say they're going to the posh areas in Dubai. They have to shell out at least 500 dirhams, 1,500 dirhams from their pocket for each consultation. But if they go to any other Emirates or even Dubai into other clinics, they will get the consultations for 200 or 300 dirhams. So it is not about the consultation fee. It is all about getting the right persons. And with regards to the insurance coverage, at least 40 to 50% of insurance policies, they do cover for psychiatry and psychology.
Oh, nice. Sure. Dr. Shaju George, a psychiatrist, how can people get in touch with you, doctor?
They can reach, if it is okay for you, you can basically give my number. They can reach out to me either on call or on WhatsApp.
If it's okay for you, it's okay for us, doctor.
Then you can share my number, 052-893-7983.
Okay, Muriel, I'm sure you have memorized this number. Dr. Shaju George, in such a little time, you gave us the best of details as possible. Really appreciate your presence with us on Daybreak.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Well, right now, Sobia, before we say bye, and we started off the show on what a great note. And today I said, I'm elated in pride. I mean, my heart is swelling, overwhelmed with yesterday's victory. D.Y. Patil, Dr. D.Y. Patil ka jo stadium hai in Navi Mumbai, I think it has written its course for history with the women winning their maiden World Cup. I think it's an ODI World Cup that never would have thought it could come our way. But right now, when we're talking about kids, you start to kind of plan with them at a very young age. So let their imaginations run wild, which means drawings on wall or sticky little fingerprints with Phenomastic Wonderwall Luxe and Wonderwall Life from Jotun Paints. Your walls stay beautiful no matter what life throws at them. Phenomastic Wonderwall, the only no-smell, easy, clean interior paint, perfect for every family. Call 800 Jotun now to book a painter or visit the nearest Jotun stores. Jotun Paints, leading in paints in the UAE since 1975.
Fantastic, Muriel. This is really nice for that refreshing feel. अगर feel नहीं feel appeal तो करना ही होगा paint.
Peel करते हैं।
जी। लेकिन अगर आप घर चेंज नहीं कर रहे तो रूम्स की फील ही आप चेंज कर सकते हैं। म्यूरल, इससे पहले कि हम वाकई सीरियसली इजाजत ले लें और शो के उस पार ना चले जाएं, एक और हमारे पार्टनर्स, हमारे फ्रेंड्स, हमारे स्पॉन्सर्स का मैसेज।
So when you let kids go ahead and play, then it's very important that you focus on their education. So if you're considering a UK boarding school education for your child, visit the UK Boarding School exhibition that's happening on Saturday, November 15th, 2025 at the Lair Royal Meridian Resort and Spa in Dubai from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Meet representatives from leading UK boarding schools. Anderson Education offers free impartial advice. Boarding school life builds confidence and independence. Now, it's an excellent preparation for university and employment. Over 2,000 students